Look at the golden color of our meat pie. Now this meat pie, we chose wild game. We chose moose meat, but you can choose any type of meat for your meat pie, and also the vegetables. We chose the vegetables that we enjoy, that we love, and the best thing about making your own meat pies, you get to choose the ingredients. We're going to be using wild game along with some salt beef. Salt beef is cured beef, and we usually buy it in buckets that as a brine, a salt brine. And we usually take, what we're going to use, a few pieces of salt beef out of the bucket. We usually soak it overnight, and then we drain it off in the morning because it's very salty. Now, Mom usually drains it 2 or 3 times, but most people will just drain it once. And that's going to give you that salty flavor in your foods. We do it for Sunday dinner all the time instead of using table salt. Once you're used to using salt beef, it just becomes second nature, and it actually tastes far better than your table salt. So this is turkey necks. Now turkey necks here in Newfoundland is a big thing. We will have it with soup and stews. Not just one turkey neck, because you can buy turkey necks at the grocery store in a box of 15 or 20, and we'll always add 3 or 4, sometimes 5 or 6 turkey necks to soups or stews. A lot of people don't like the idea of turkey necks, eating turkey necks. Come on. You're eating the leg, and all the juices coming down right to the bone. You're eating the thigh. You're eating the breasts. So why not eat the neck? Really, it's no different. Actually, the meat on the neck is very delicious and tender. It's the best. And if we only got one turkey neck for Sunday dinner, you better not take it from Father. I'm telling you, he wants the turkey neck. And they are delicious. We're going to be using some of that meat in these beautiful meat pies. So why not use a full turkey neck in your soups and stews? Pick up a box, pick up a pack of turkey necks at the grocery store. Just put the full neck in your soup. They'll just break apart in pieces with lots of meat attached to the bones. It is delicious. We're going to add our meats to the pot, and we're going to let this boil for a while, and then we're going to add our vegetables. The goal is for your vegetables and your meats to finish cooking at the same time. We're also going to be using fresh vegetables. Our carrots, our parsnips, some turnip, and some potato. But whatever vegetables you want to use is entirely up to you. Some people will even use corn. It's entirely up to your taste, your flavor, what you put in meat pies. But meat pies totally healthy and organic. You're not adding all these chemicals and these unknown ingredients like in a lot of the pastries that's used in a lot of processed meat pies. This pie crust, this beautiful pastry, well, Father, when he's doing something like doing beets and doing pastries like this, he actually really enjoy getting his hands in there because he likes developing that recipe. He likes changing that recipe to make it even better. And we usually do this over time. And we always write down exactly what we do so that next time, if we feel the need to tweak it a little, we'll change a few of the ingredients or the amounts. Dad really takes pride in taking a recipe and making it his own. And he loves making these meat pies. I mean, not a lot of people would like getting their hands dirty and kneading that dough because it is time consuming. We were the entire day making these pies. So one of the things we wanted to do, instead of just having all big pies, because sometimes it's a little too much, especially if we plan to have other foods with it. Sometimes it's nice to just have that single serving and just have it as a side dish. Or even if it's just one of us in a rush or in a hurry that day, we like to pop in a meat pie. Those small single servings turn out perfect. Once everything is finished cooking, we want to remove it from the stove and we want this to cool down. We don't want to add it to our meat pies with it being hot or even warm. So we definitely want our mixture, our vegetables and our meats to cool down. And in the last year, we decided to eat more healthier and to do more preserves. We started bottling beets and we started bottling pickles, and we're going to be doing more of that in the upcoming years because we want to eat healthier. And here in Newfoundland, hunting and fishing is a big part of our culture. Moose hunting, well, moose wasn't native to Newfoundland. They were actually brought over here from New Brunswick many years ago. And our moose population is extremely healthy, and we usually get a license every second year. So this meat pie is wild game and fresh vegetables. And caribou, well, we do have certain populations of caribou here on the island. That's a very healthy population, including the area that we live in. And this year, I'm going to be applying for my caribou license along with my moose license. And the main reason why we're doing these meat pies, a lot of times we're on the go, especially in the spring, summer, and fall, and we don't have time to cook. Being able to take one of these out of the freezer, pop it in the oven, is the easiest and simplest thing you can do. You can make a dozen of these and have them frozen. It's a great idea. It's absolutely delicious. There's no better meal than something that's hearty, full of vegetables. It's absolutely delicious. Now this pastry that we're using for the crust, this is an extremely old recipe that we got from one of Newfoundland's oldest cookbooks. As we use it for our apple pies, we decide to use it for our meat pies. Just very flaky. It is beautiful. And Father likes getting his hands in there and making the dough. Likes to brag a bit about how delicious it is. And that's one thing that we do when we're making these types of foods. We like to improve every single time. We want it to be absolutely delicious. So look at the meat pie. Look at that crust. Look how nice and brown. It's absolutely beautiful. And be able to dig into this. Look at that. All the meats, wee piles of meat in. Then you got all your vegetables. Absolutely amazing. You won't find a better meat pie than the one you make yourself. All very simple ingredients, simple to make. You're just boiling your meats and then you're adding your vegetables. It's just boiling, just cooking it, letting it cool down, and then adding it to the pastries. Absolutely delicious. Another food item that we enjoy preserving and enjoy eating throughout the year is bottled beets. We used to always get our bottled beets from my grandfather, but after he passed, we had no source of bottled beets anymore. So we decided to start bottling our own beets. So we didn't know his recipe. Nobody knew his recipe. But one of my father's brothers, my uncle, had a recipe that was very similar. So my father got the recipe off him, and we did up 3 batches, and each batch was slightly different. So it was like the third batch that seemed like it was closer to Pop's recipe. So the following year, we slightly changed that recipe, did 3 more batches, slightly different. Finally, we nailed it. And over here, we actually did a video of us bottling up our beets. We love beets on Sunday dinner, and it's something that we love preserving. And it's part of our culture to have canned goods, or as we call it, bottled goods. And it's something that we're going to continue doing in the future. If you enjoyed this video, please like and share, and we'll see you in our next video.